Hi, I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World, and in this video I'm going to show you how to crochet a scalloped border on a hem. It's really simple. It just takes 2 crochet stitches, single crochet and double crochet, and a back stitch, which is a really simple embroidery stitch. Okay, the first thing you're going to need to do is to make markings all around the hem of your skirt, and even though I'm just using a chalk pencil, I do this on the inside. You're going to do all around the hem of your skirt, make a marking every 1/2 inch. That's going to make your stitches a standard length all the way around. The next thing you're going to need to do is measure out your thread or your yarn. You want to be able to go all the way around the base of your skirt 3 times, plus have a little bit of extra for just making errors. So I'm going to do across it 6 times. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to do another 1 for good measure. And I am not going to knot that. I'm just going to hold it pinched in my fingers. The next thing I'm going to do, find my beginning again, grab my needle. I'm using a needle with a big eye on it so I can get this yarn through it. Thread my needle through there. This is a lot of thread to work with, and it is awkward, but it's just the first part of the project, and after that it's not awkward anymore. So I'm still pinching where I want to start and stop. Now I'm taking up my skirt, and I'm going to take the first stitch in here. And I'm trying to go in between the 2 layers, so this is going to be hidden. See, my needle is not going through to the back, it's just going through that fold. I went in at one marking, and I'm coming out at the next marking. And I'm going to pull all that yarn through. It's a lot of thread to start with. And I'm going to go until I pull it up until I get to where I had it marked. So that was my first stitch. And now I'm basically just going to do back stitches. I'm going to go in, going back to where I went in before. I'm going to go in, and then I'm going to go 1 marking past where I came up. I'm going to pull that through. Again, I'm pulling all of that string through. And now I'm going to make sure that I didn't pull that too tight. I don't want to cinch this up. I want my stitches to just sit right on that edge. I'm going to do that one more time. I'm going to go back a stitch. I'm going to go in right where this last one came out. I'm just working my needle through that fold there. So I'm going to pull this straight so you can see. So this is where my thread was coming out. Here was my first stitch. I'm going in, going past where my thread's coming out to the next stitch, and that needle is not going through to the back. It's just going in one end of the fold and out the other end. Pull that through. Now it's still looped up a little bit. I want it to sit nice and flush on the top. So I've pulled it so it's just sitting on there. You don't want to pull it too tight because that'll make it pucker. And just repeat that. Keep going all the way around the hem of the skirt until you get back to where you started. And then we're going to start crocheting. Okay, we're coming back around to where we started, and I'm just going to show you the last couple of stitches here. So I'm going to go in where that stitch ends, go past where that thread's coming out, and then come up where I've got the 1/2 inch marked. Pull it, and see my thread has gotten way shorter by now. And 2 more stitches. Pull it up right where I started. And now just one more, and this one is going to be a little different because I'm just going to take the 1 stitch. So I'm going to go in and come back up. So now I'm going to have 2 pieces, the 2 ends of the yarn are going to be coming up from the same spot. Get that on the back side of it. Okay, now what's on my needle is the short end, and what's here is the part that's attached to my skein of yarn. And I'm going to just weave my tail back and forth through some of these stitches, and when I crochet over them, it'll just get buried in there. So I'll just do a little bit of that, and I'll trim that off. Okay, let me trim that. And now we've got back stitches all the way around the hem of this skirt, and that's going to anchor our crochet. So it's time to switch over to crochet. Okay, now I'm ready to start doing some single crochets, and I'm going to basically create a whole line of single crochets all the way around the hem of the skirt, and that's going to be what I stitch my scallops into. So here's how you do a single crochet. My hook isn't attached right now, so this first one is really going to be just getting it on there. So I'm going to slide my hook through that stitch, grab the yarn, pull it back, and then I'm going to do 1 time through. That's just how I get started. Now we're going to do some proper single crochets. Put your hook under the stitch, grab the yarn, pull it through. I should have 2 loops on the hook. I'm going to yarn over once and pull it through both of those. That's 1 single crochet. And we're going to count that as our second one on here. Through the stitch, grab the yarn, pull it through, yarn over, and pull it through both. And now we're moving on to my second blanket stitch, or back stitch here. So I'm going to go through the stitch, grab the yarn, pull it through. So I've got 2 loops on there, yarn over, and pull it through. Through the stitch, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through both. 1 more time. Through the stitch, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, and pull it through. We're just going to keep doing that all the way around that bottom hem, 3 single crochets in each one of those back stitches that you did. And it is pretty easy to do. Now we're out of the ones where I had my other thread going through, so as you go through now, you're just going to be going sliding under that one strand of thread. So under, pull it through, yarn over, and pull it through. And I'm going to do that all the way around the base of the skirt, and then I'll come back and show you how to do the scallops. Okay, we're back around just about to the beginning, and I just have 1 more of these back stitches that I need to work into, so I'm going to do 3 more single crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And now I'm going to join this together. You can see there's it's a little loop that is attached to the next one. I'm going to go underneath both strands of that loop and pull that loop back through, so I've got just 1 loop on my hook. So now I'm joined back at the beginning. I'm going to do one chain stitch. That's looping around the hook and coming through. Now I'm going to do one single crochet in the next loop. So I go in, grab it, yarn over and through both. Now I'm going to skip 2, 1, 2, and I'm going to do 5 double crochets into this loop here. Let me turn it so you can see the tops there. So for a double crochet, you yarn over and then go through, yarn over again, and pull back. You should have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull it through 2, yarn over again and pull it through the last 2, and that's 1 double crochet. Now I'm going to do that 5 times in that same hole. So yarn over, through, yarn over and back. I've got 3 strands there. Yarn over, through 2, and yarn over, through 2. So that's 2 double crochets. I'm going to do another one. Yarn over and through, yarn over and back. Yarn over, through 2, yarn over, through 2. That's 3. Yarn over and in, yarn over and back, yarn over through 2, yarn over through the last 2. So that's 4 in there, and I've got 1 more. Yarn over and in, yarn over and back, yarn over through 2, yarn over through the last 2. Alright, so I've done 1 scallop there. I'm going to skip the next 2 chain stitches, or the next 2 single crochets here, 1, 2, and I'm going to single crochet in this one. So this is the one I'm going to go into. I'm going to go through, yarn over and pull it back. I should have 2 loops on my hook, yarn over and pull it through both. So that's going to anchor in the dips in the scallops. So I'm going to skip the next 2 stitches. I'm going to go into this one here. So I'm going to double crochet. So yarn over and in, yarn over and back, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. And do that again. I always put my thumb here. I hope it's not blocking you too much, but I put my thumb on this base loop and it helps hold everything stable. So I'm going to anchor that there, yarn over, go through, yarn over, come back, yarn over through 2, and yarn over, and now through the last 2. Do that again, yarn over and in, yarn over and back, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. So that's 3 stitches in there. Yarn over and in, yarn over and out, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. That's 4, and I need to do 1 more. Yarn over and in, yarn over and out, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. Now I'm going to skip the next 2 stitches. So I'm going to skip that hole, and I'm going to single crochet in here. Single crochet is in, yarn over and out, yarn over and through both of them. And just keep following that pattern all the way around. You're going to single crochet and then skip 2 stitches and then double crochet 5 times in this 1 stitch, and then skip 2, single crochet, skip 2, 5 double crochets, and that's going to work your scallops all the way around the bottom of the skirt. Okay, we're back around to the beginning. I have a full scallop here and a full scallop here, and what I need to do is just anchor them in the middle with a single slip stitch, essentially, is what I'm going to do. So I'm 1 short on chain stitches left, but that's okay. I'm going to work this right into the middle here. Needle in, yarn over and pull it through, and also pull it through this one. And then what you're going to do is snip that thread off, and you can pull it all the way through here. And then all you have to do is weave this tail in through here. So I got a big-eyed needle. This is actually a tapestry needle, so it has a blunt tip, which I really like for weaving the tail ends in. And you're just going to take that and just start running it. It doesn't really matter where it goes, you just want to run it underneath some of these stitches. I'm just threading it through so it's going, you can see that it's buried on the front and it's also buried in the back. Just pull that through. And then I like to also take it back in the opposite direction. So I'll take it down here and go through some of these single crochets. Pull that through, and then I can cut it off, and I have a nice scallop border on this skirt. Okay, that's how you do it. Remember, you're using back stitch first to give yourself an anchor stitch all the way around the bottom of the hem, and then you're single crocheting all the way around, very, very easy, just lots and lots and lots of single crochets, and then you're doing a repeating pattern of double crochets and single crochets, mostly double crochets, to get those scallops. Now that you know how to do it, you can do it at the bottom of a skirt, you could do it at the bottom of a t-shirt, you can do it around the edge of a hanky, at the bottom of a tea towel. You can basically do it around the hem of anything that you want to fancy up a little bit. I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World. See you next time.